So maybe we both played Diablo. Maybe Diablo was created to see if a druid, your character, could defeat Uber Lilith at the end. They didn't know.
Well, the funny thing is that Uber Lilith, her title is Hatred Incarnate.
Yeah.
And right now, I guess you can ask the Diablo team, but it's almost impossible to defeat Hatred in the Eternal Realm.
Yeah, you've streamed yourself dominating tier 100 nightmare dungeons. And still...
I can cruise through tier 100 nightmare dungeons like a stroll in the park.
Mm-hmm. And still you're defeated by Hatred.
Yeah, I can... There's the sort of, I guess maybe the second hardest boss is Duriel. Duriel can't even scratch the paint. Mm-hmm. So I killed Duriel so many times. And every other boss in the game, all of them, kill him so many times, it's easy. But Uber Lilith, otherwise known as Hatred Incarnate, especially if you're a druid and you have no ability to go and to be invulnerable, there are these random death waves that come at you. And I'm pretty, admittedly I'm 52, so my reflexes are not what they used to be, but I have a lifetime of playing video games. At one point I was, maybe one of the best Quake players in the world. I actually won money in what I think was the first paid esports tournament in the US. We're doing 4-person Quake tournaments, and we came second. I was the second best person on the team, and the actual best person that we were actually winning. We would have come first, except the best person on the team, his computer crashed halfway through the game, so we came second. But I got money for it and everything. So basically, I got skills. Mm-hmm. Albeit no spring chicken these days. And to be totally frank, it's driving me crazy trying to beat Lilith as a druid. Basically, trying to beat Hatred Incarnate in the Eternal Realm
as a druid.
As a druid, and if you, this is really vexing. Let me tell you.
The challenge is part of the fun. I have seen directly. You're actually a world-class, incredible video game player.
Yeah.
And I think Diablo, so you're just picking up a new game,
mm-hmm.
and you're figuring out its fundamentals. You're also, with the Paragon board and the build, are not somebody like me who perfectly follows whatever they suggest on the internet. You're also an innovator there.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious to watch. It's like a mad scientist just trying to figure out the Paragon board and the build. Is there some interesting insights there about if somebody's starting as a druid? Do you have advice?
I would not recommend playing a druid in the Eternal Realm. Right now, I think the most powerful character in the seasonal realm is the sorcerer with the lightning bolts. Mm-hmm. So the Sorks have huge balls in the seasonal.
Well, yeah, that's what they say.
so Sorks have huge balls. They do huge balls of lightning.
I'll take your word for it.
And it's actually in the seasonal realm you can it's pretty easy to beat Uber Lilith with because you get these vampiric powers that amplify your damage and increase your defense and whatnot. So, but really quite easy to defeat Hatred seasonally. But to defeat Hatred eternally, very difficult. Almost impossible. It's verging on impossible. It seems like this a metaphor for life. Yeah.
I like the idea that Elon Musk, because I was playing Diablo yesterday, and I saw level 100 druid just run by. I will never die, and then run back the other way.
Yeah.
And there's just this metaphor. It's kind of hilarious that Elon Musk, is fighting hatred. Restlessly fighting hatred in this demonic realm.
Yes.
It's hilarious. It's pretty hilarious.
No, it's absurd. Really, it's exercise in absurdity, and it makes me want to pull my hair out.
Yeah. What do you get from video games in general? Is there for you personally?
I don't know if it calms my mind. You sort of killing the demons in a video game calms the demons in my mind. Yeah. If you play a tough video game, you can get into a state of flow, which is very enjoyable. And admittedly, it needs to be not too easy, not too hard, kind of in the Goldilocks zone. And I guess you generally want to feel like you're progressing in the game. So a good video, and there's also beautiful art, engaging storylines, and it's like an amazing puzzle to solve, I think. And so it's like solving the puzzle.
Elden Ring, the greatest game of all time. I still haven't played it, but to you,
Elden Ring is definitely a candidate for best game ever. Top 5 for sure.
I think I've been scared how hard it is, or how hard I hear it is. So, but it is beautiful.
Elden Ring feels like it's designed by an alien.
There's a theme to this discussion. In what way?
It's so unusual. It's incredibly creative, and the art is stunning. I recommend playing it on a big resolution, high dynamic range TV. Even doesn't need to be a monitor. Just the art is incredible. It's so beautiful, and it's so unusual. And each of those top boss battles is unique. Like it's like a unique puzzle to solve. Each one's different. And the strategy you use to solve one battle is different from another battle.
That said, you said Druid and Eternal against Uber Lilith is the hardest boss battle you've ever.
Correct. That is currently and I've played a lot of video games because it's my primary recreational activity.
Yes.
And yes, beating hatred in the Eternal Realm is the hardest boss battle in life and in the video game.
Metaphor and
I'm not sure it's possible, but it's. I do make progress, so then I'm like, okay, I'm making progress. Maybe if I just tweak that Paragon board a little more, I can do it. I can just dodge a few more waves. I can do it.
Well, the simulation is created for the purpose of figuring out if it can be done, and you're just a cog in that simulation, in the machine of the simulation.
Yeah, it might be. I have a feeling that at least I think
it's doable.
It's doable, yes.
Well, that's the human spirit right there, to believe.
Yeah. I mean, it did prompt me to think about just hate in general, which is, you want to be careful of one of those things where you wish for something that sounds good, but if you get it, it's actually a dystopian situation. So, you could sort of run a hypothesis of like, if you wish for world peace, sounds good, but how is it enforced? And at what cost is it? At what cost eternal peace? It might actually be worse to have eternal peace because of what that would entail. The suppression of everyone. It might be the suppression of progress. It might be an ossified society that never changes. What I'm saying is that there is an argument that if you wish for no war, you should be careful what you wish for, because what's required in order for there to be no war might be worse than a little war.
Yeah, the things we consider to be flaws of human civilization might be a necessary components for whatever optimal looks like.